Section 1, the greenhouse effect, trapping heat, warming Earth. Imagine our Earth's atmosphere as a giant greenhouse. It allows sunlight to enter but traps some of the outgoing heat. This natural process is essential for life as we know it. Without it, our planet would be a frigid wasteland. However, human activities are intensifying this effect, releasing vast amounts of greenhouse gases, trapping more heat, and warming the planet at an alarming rate. These gases act like a blanket around the Earth, absorbing infrared radiation or heat emitted from the Earth's surface. This trapped heat then warms the atmosphere and the planet's surface. The most important greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, CO2, and methane, CH4. Both of these gases have different warming potentials but contribute significantly to climate change. Section 2. Carbon dioxide, the ubiquitous greenhouse gas. Carbon dioxide is the most significant contributor to human-caused climate change. It is released into the atmosphere through the burning of fossil fuels, including coal, oil, and natural gas, which power our homes, industries, and vehicles. Deforestation is another major source of CO2 emissions. Trees absorb CO2 from the atmosphere through photosynthesis. When these trees are cut down or burned, this stored carbon is released back into the atmosphere. CO2 is a long-lived greenhouse gas. Once emitted, it can remain in the atmosphere for centuries to millennia. This means that the CO2 we emit today will continue to warm the planet for generations to come. Section 3. Methane, a potent but short-lived threat. Methane is a far more potent greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. Over a 20-year period, it is 84 times more effective at trapping heat. Although it has a shorter lifespan in the atmosphere, its impact is significant. Methane emissions come from various sources, both natural and human-made. Natural sources include wetlands, termites, and the ocean. Human-caused emissions are primarily from agriculture, fossil fuel production, and landfills. Livestock, particularly cattle, are major methane emitters. Their digestive processes produce methane, which is then released into the atmosphere. The production and transportation of fossil fuels also release methane. Leaks from natural gas pipelines and wells are a significant source of emissions. Section 4. The long shadow of carbon dioxide, why abundance matters. While methane is a more potent greenhouse gas, carbon dioxide is the primary driver of long-term climate change. This is due to its abundance and long lifespan in the atmosphere. The sheer volume of CO2 emissions dwarfs that of methane. Human activities release over 30 billion tons of CO2 into the atmosphere each year, which is significantly higher than methane emissions. The long lifespan of CO2 means that even if we were to stop all emissions today, the planet would continue to warm for decades to centuries. This underscores the importance of addressing CO2 emissions as a top priority. Section 5. Mitigation strategies, curbing emissions for a cooler future. Addressing climate change requires a multifaceted approach. We must reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, transition to renewable energy sources, and improve energy efficiency. Investing in renewable energy technologies such as solar and wind power is crucial. These technologies generate electricity without emitting greenhouse gases. Energy efficiency measures such as improving building insulation and developing more fuel-efficient vehicles can also significantly reduce emissions. Protecting and restoring forests is essential for mitigating climate change. Trees act as carbon sinks, absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere. By preserving existing forests and planting new trees, we can help to offset some of our emissions. Section 6, a call to action, our collective responsibility. Climate change is a global crisis that demands immediate action. The consequences of inaction are too dire to ignore. We must act now to reduce emissions and mitigate the worst effects of climate change. Governments, businesses, and individuals all have a role to play. Governments must implement policies that promote clean energy and discourage fossil fuel use. Businesses must invest in sustainable practices and reduce their carbon footprint. Individuals can make a difference by reducing their own carbon footprint. This includes using public transportation, biking or walking instead of driving, reducing energy consumption at home, and adopting a more sustainable lifestyle. The future of our planet depends on our collective action. By working together, we can create a more sustainable and livable future for all. If you enjoy this content and/or find it informative, please like and subscribe.